In the next 3 days, starting Tuesday, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and the host, South Africa, will be meeting in Johannesburg's financial district of Sandton for a political and economic centered summit, alongside over 20 more countries, including Saudi Arabia. Presidents and prime ministers of the member states are attending the summit physically, except Russia's Vladimir Putin, following an arrest warrant by the International Criminal Court over the war in Ukraine.
Individual BRICS member states have made it very clear what their positions are, from non-alignment to condemnation of what's happening in Ukraine. But I also think it fundamentally misses the purpose of what BRICS claims to be and what it is defined as, which has got nothing to do with security. It's rather political and economic cooperation.
The summit tends to call for more cooperation among countries in the global south amid their rising discontent over perceived Western dominance of global institutions. Also, South Africa will include the African Continental Free Trade Agreement on the agenda to discuss how member states intend to boost trade and investment with existing bilateral trade agreements.
When you've got actors like India and China, which are some of African countries' largest trading partners in the world, in the room, I think it's definitely important for South Africa and other African countries present, because I know many of them are attending as observer states, to really frame the African Continental Free Trade Agreement as mutually beneficial to existing bilateral and multilateral trade partners.
African countries are now seeking to have a level playing field, in which they can be able to trade at a proper level playing field. They are seeking to be on the table.
One of the top two agendas of the summit is to push for a BRICS reserve currency to take part in international trade and to place a challenge on existing international financial institutions for the benefit of the debt of developing countries, especially in Africa. One big question begging for an answer is the European Union affected by this?
BRICS is starting to show itself as more of a power player, which I think the European Union would be strongly advised to take note of, not in a way that is threatening, but in a way that is, okay, we've got a really powerful group of actors coming together as a collective, expressing collective interests.
There is a possible expansion of the BRICS membership with over 20 countries applying to join, which includes the world's second biggest oil producer, Saudi Arabia, whose alliance with Russia and China clearly draw attention from the United States and its allies. BRICS portends a vast diversity with prospective members like Turkey, Algeria, Argentina, among others. Adesewa Odusoga reporting for News Central.